go. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Four Boys, episode number 26. I will lose my health insurance when I'm 26. Probably will eventually die after that. No guest this week. I know that the millions missed Drew Littlejohn. They said, bring him back. He's full of energy. He's as exciting as can be. That
Very
man will not stop
controversial.
yelling. Very controversial. He said many offensive things about BD and PWC.
You see, oh my God, I'm shocked he still has a job, folks.
Yes.
No wonder he's probably looking for something new right now. Oh, shoot, can we let the cat out of the bag on that one?
Oh, man, yes, the cat is out of the Gucci purse. But holy shit, it's just the two of us. Sorry about it. We'll have guests later on. We're
We
getting
apologize, Garrett.
Yeah, we apologize, Garrett. I think we've got Olinto on next week. But Alec, let's get right into it. Obviously, we know it was Super Bowl weekend. You sit around the couch, you got your wings, chips, semen. Everyone sits around as family and watches the old game. Did you have any standout moments? Were there any of the commercials you liked besides the Larry David one?
Oh, man, you hit me right on the nail. You knew I was going to talk about the Larry David one. That one was a funny commercial, man. That
Yeah,
was,
it was.
everything else was pretty shitty. That one was pretty funny. By the way, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Larry David FTX commercial. I don't know what FTX is. Apparently, it's this cryptocurrency exchange. I don't even know how they have enough money to buy a Super Bowl ad. It's like what, $7.5 million for a 30-second slot, a minute slot. That well, they made it, and then evidently they had enough money to hire Larry David to write the whole thing. And it was pretty much Larry David through the centuries shitting on good ideas, and it was funny. It was a funny one, right?
Yeah. And it was classic him too. He is funny in every scene. I swear to God. Just
It was so good, man. It was like, I don't know. I was laughing, that was like a funny thing. Him dressed up in the Constitution. He's like, no king. Shitting on Edison for the light bulb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you like any other commercials?
I liked the
cheers.
Thanks. The Colin Jost, Scarlett Johansson, the Amazon one. Was that the Alexa one where they're like mind reading?
Is that because did you like it just because you saw Scarlett Johansson, or?
Well, I was hard, but I think the other part of it was I thought it was funny at least. It was like a minute long or something. But,
yeah, of course.
And then
the level of funniness for a hot chick is like what? It's like, hey, knock knock, you're dying of laughter. Is that your funny? Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the tits are bouncing.
It's like, hey, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just knee slapping and slapping ass. Wasn't there another one with Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen for Lay's? I don't know if I talked about this last week, but the strategy for Super Bowl ads is just throw some celebrities on the screen, and that's how you capture the attention. The writing doesn't have to be good or anything, but let's get famous actors, put them, and they talk about Lay's or Trojans, and that's just how we'll get people's attention.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know what? There's always a good jingle. You always respect one of those commercials with a good jingle. What was a few years ago? There was like some weird one that got stuck in people's heads. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. One that stands out to me was maybe I'm butchering this completely, but I think Carmen Electra did one with those ice cube gum things. And I remember after seeing that commercial, I was like a teenager who popped a boner for the first time. I think I bought ice cubes every week for a year after that. I'm a sucker for a good marketing tactic. And,
you're a sucker for a chick on a commercial, pretty much.
Yeah, I just went for it, dude. But I don't know. I feel like Budweiser used to always have emotional ones where there's some missing dog that they end up finding, and they really tear at your heartstrings. I think Michael Vick was in that commercial. But I don't know. Bud Light used to do the ones with Post Malone before he
Bud
did
Light and
those.
is it Bud Light and Budweiser the same thing?
Pretty much, yeah. I think they taste the same, but I don't know.
Or are they, or are they the same company too?
Mm.
Oh, look at this guy! You're drinking bubbly. Is that a larger kid? You don't drink out of the regular kids?
No, I mean they only had my convenience store only had the
Whoa!
16. I believe
Look at
this
this
is
big shot, folks.
16, yeah, ounces. So
I mean, can you just stop showing off how much money you have to all to our viewers? Like every week, this guy finds a different way to
yeah.
show
Well,
off.
what about this can
Oh,
too?
did you just show flex us with two kids?
Can I flex? Can? Yeah, I am.
Are you drinking both of them simultaneously just because you can?
Pretty much. I was gonna dump one in the other one and make a little cute mix, and then throw some vodka in there halfway through the app.
I'm speechless, folks. I'm sorry. This man disgusts me right here. This man has money, and he's laughing at all of us in the fucking face right now. How does that make you guys feel? I know Garrett's pissed.
Yeah, well, we talk about me having money. This is a good Caitlyn Jenner into a new topic, which is you blowing money on NFTs. Do we want to talk about this now, or do we want to do Super Bowl first, then we'll do NFTs later?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I am blowing a ton of money on these fucking NFTs, though. It is bad. Well, I'll just give it to the folks.
Yeah, get
Um,
me good.
well, look, there's this new thing called NFL All Day. It's NFL NFTs. It's officially licensed by the NFL. Okay, so this is official. It's not fucking guy, man.
Yeah,
Look at this. Look at this hot shot. Anyways,
yeah,
pisses me
keep
off.
going. Keep
Um, so over the past 3 weeks, um, I've been buying a lot of these NFL NFTs. Actually, in the past 3 weeks, I probably spent $600 on these NFL NFTs, and then in the past week, I probably spent $300. But I'm getting such good cards. I got a Matt Stafford touchdown pass. Um,
Oh,
so I got a Devin McCourty interception. I think I got a Kyle Pitt rookie card.
wow.
Yeah. And you know what? One of these days, I'm gonna be laughing in the bank while this fucking guy has lost all his fortune on bubbly and Diet Coke cans, and I'm
Yeah.
just be showing my NFTs. Yeah.
Well, the convenience store that I bought, yeah, that's going under. But
Can I show you guys my NFTs?
yeah, let's see it. I want to see this thing.
All right, you guys want to see this? I'm gonna show you guys right now. If you could stop drinking one of your fancy liquids. What happened to water, man? No one
First,
likes water.
well, this bubbly is technically water. It's just rich water.
I got TJ Watt.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. Oh, this one's a nice one. This is a rare card. Only 990 of this made.
Holy
And
fuck.
that's yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, this one's a nice one. This one's a Super Bowl card. Matt Stafford.
Damn, dude. How much was that?
60.
60. Okay.
60 freebies, brother.
Are you
Look, hey,
seeing growth already, or are you gonna hold this for a couple years, or what's the plan?
I'm holding until there's a marketplace established. Right now, there's no marketplace. So I'm waiting until the marketplace comes alive, and then I'm gonna be creating,
Yeah.
trying maybe selling, maybe not selling. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So my roommate actually, he works in the music industry, and he works for this booking company in Portland where they, book artists at these local venues. And he went to a conference this past week where they started talking about NFTs for musicians and how they're trying to get that off the ground. And he said that a lot of the agents and people there were just kind of ripping on the whole concept. It was a bunch of managers for these hip hop artists. So they're like, man, fuck the NFT. I don't know what the fuck this is, man. Like, saying shit like that. That was his impersonation, not mine. I'm just trying my best to relay the info. Uh, um, and oh, Alex screen is now the color of one of the agents. Uh, um,
Anyways,
yeah. Anyways, I say horrible shit on this dude. One day I will lose everything. But
You'll use your whole convenience store fortune.
yeah, until then we will keep ripping it. Um Basically they were ripping on the whole concept of NFTs, and my roommate was telling me this yesterday. He said that out of the number of people that own NFTs, it's like fuck, what was the statistic? Anyway,
That's me.
it was like a very small percentage of people that hold the mass majority of existing NFTs.
Huh.
There's not a ton of people in the US that have purchased them. It's just a small group of people that own a fuck ton of them, and I think are
That
now trying to get rid of them, trying to convince other people that they are worth purchasing. They're trying to convince, schmucks in LA the Stafford NFT is worth buying, and it is working, evidently.
it's working big time.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm planning on buying some more tomorrow. I'm planning on buying another $251 one
Should we make
tomorrow.
a big Four Boys NFT?
Well, we know Garrett would just buy them all up. It wouldn't be fair to everyone else.
That's a good point. I've seen that some of these NFTs have actual perks if you own it. That's the other thing my roommate shared. He said that Coachella,
Yeah, the Coachella NFT.
yeah,
Yeah.
that gives it's
Can
270 grand, but it gives you lifetime VIP every year, which fuck.
I mean, how many years are you gonna go to Coachella? You're gonna be
Yeah.
like 40 with two kids, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, Coachella kids, sorry, I gotta go."
You just leave your toddler to go do Molly. Um, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't do my meeting. I can't do the business meeting that week. It's weekend. I went up Coachella. Nothing
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
I
Off
mean, at one
topic.
point,
Oh yeah.
what? You
Uh,
go to Coachella, by the way?
that's what I was gonna ask you. You don't seem like a huge festival guy. I don't either.
No.
I've never been to one. But have you been to one?
Yeah. No, me neither.
I just don't think I could do it. It's like the multiple days of sleeping in a shit situation. You're drugged out. You have to do coke when you're there, so you're just drugged out the whole time. It would
Dude,
be a disaster.
I just can't sleep in a tent and
Mm.
like use porta potties to
Whoa, so
to
you're more of an upscale guy, it sounds like.
he says while he drinks his extra large can of bubbly. Look, man, I'm just not a porta potty guy with
Yeah,
a bunch. It's gonna be
I'm with
lined up
you.
porta. I just can't smell that stuff. And then if I want to pay like get a hotel, well, I can't get a hotel unless I'm you and have a small fortune.
Right.
Unless some of these NFTs hit. So maybe.
Yeah, the whole I remember we have a mutual friend who at PwC, for the folks listening, his name's Axel Pereira. He
Oh, massa.
I don't think he minds us saying his name. We'll have him on the pod one day.
Hopefully, he won't be as controversial as our boy Drew.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Axel
Yeah,
is more tame.
yeah.
But he tried to get me, I think he tried to recruit us for Coachella trips a couple times. It was
That
before,
guy's a party animal.
yeah, it was
It's in his
before the
blood.
pandy. But it was, I think, $600 for the down payment. That's not including all the drugs you have to buy because you got to get them, and all the alcohol. Or the food too. All those expenses. It's
And you're absolutely losing your phone or wallet or anything you have
yeah,
valuable because while you're there dancing or whatever, someone's gonna steal it, which they always do, and then you're all absolutely gonna get ear damage. Dude, I sound like an old man though right now. I feel like I'm an old guy saying to the
yeah.
kids, "Don't go to Coachella now."
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just not for us. I think we're more high end, reasonable people. Even
Yeah,
though those festivals are high end, you have to be rich to go to those. Who are we kidding? It's a ton of money.
yeah. Like I said, you have to be someone like you to go
Yeah.
to get a hotel room. Someone like me, no way, dude. I mean,
Yeah. It's just it's not for me. I'll be at the Four Seasons. Uh,
will you be around the area just paying for an expensive room just because, because you have the money and not even go to Coachella? Like,
I
would you
would
just
take
do
I
that?
would take the amenities for sure, but I don't want to have to walk around or stand in the heat. If I could get hovercrafted to each set, get me to the front of each performance. I want to be front row, but I don't want to have to squeeze in or be the victim of another Travis Scott thing where I would die sitting in the stands. Like, it's got to be comfy for me. Get me a lawn
Uh,
chair or give me a couch for the front row, but yeah, I couldn't stand with the regulars.
dude, it's just the music. It's too loud for my ears, man. Doesn't it hurt your ears? You a concert guy? You a big concert guy? I'm not a concert guy. You a concert guy?
Not at all. I go to a couple just because my roommate has all these free tickets to shows around Portland, and I never enjoy it. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go get a couple beers or something, and I leave, and I'm like, all right, that was time kind of wasted. Like
Wasted.
it's never, especially Portland and these smaller venues he works at. It's never a cool artist that I know about. I'm not some indie fan where I'm like, oh, this person with 200 fans is coming to town. It's like I know,
Oh,
yeah, it's like I know the mainstream artists, but to go to those to go to those concerts, you're going to the Moda Center. You're going to where the Blazers play. That's like the only venue that they're going to in PDX.
dude, like sometimes I even feel bad about going to. I mean, I know for us, I don't know, for concerts for me, I have no interest because it's just loud music and I can listen to the music better quality on like Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, whatever. But then like I also like we like sports, right? And we like going to sporting games. And some part
Yeah,
of me always feels like, hey, I could watch like a better version of this
yeah,
at home, right? Because it's just like a better seat, all that stuff. And I kind of get that, but also it's like a different experience for sports games, especially you got the cheerleaders, you got the
ooh,
halftime show, you're seeing the players like outside, like during timeouts, what they're doing and stuff like that. Like that's the appreciation you get to go into a basketball game. But
for
but in
sure.
all reality, I'm kind of with you in that sense where, um, I mean, both. I don't know, man. There's all the stuff at home is just better quality.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it just me or I don't know? You like still go to sporting games, right?
I
Sporting
still
events.
like to go. It's fun to go with a group of friends. I think it
Yeah,
is a social event. That's what
yeah.
makes it better. But from just a viewing perspective, it's worse. Unless you can somehow get courtside
What's
seats
that?
or
Well,
something.
you can, but yeah,
Yeah, I
I guess you
can,
don't want to
but
pay for your
still.
friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
We talked about it
interesting.
last week how for the Super Bowl we rented out the AMC and you could have
Yeah,
gone if you wanted, but you had to get your own plane ticket because
yeah,
we're
because
not
you're too
made of
cheap.
cash.
Yeah.
But so you would have had to, pay your way. But no, I'm with you. If you're just talking viewing experience, it's better to just be at home on the TV surround sound. You can, if you want to grab a beer, you go to your fridge. You don't have to go wait in line and pay
Pay
30 bucks.
$14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
So
actually, dude, I was at the Laker game yesterday. This is a good
yeah,
way to tie it in.
yeah. Let's talk about
Um,
it.
dude, that was a hell of an experience. So my aunt's company has a suite, and she invited me. She was doing business, um, and she invited me over to the game. And oh my god, it was an experience. The
Yeah.
fridge was stocked with food and drink.
Fuck.
There was tacos. There was hot dog. There was a dessert. There was a dessert cart. In like Harry Potter. You've seen Harry Potter, right? You know how like in the train they come with like a cart full of like desserts.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got
This was the situation here, but the only thing was everything was like marked up by like 5x. But it was on the company.
yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, that's the way to do it. I mean, this fridge was loaded with beers, soda, cokes you're drinking right here, wine, um, and it was just that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
And then there's a TV in the suite too, so if you want to watch the game like with a good view, you just turn the TV on, and
Yeah.
you're at the game, and you're getting the best of all the worlds, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that does seem fucking awesome. I remember, speaking of our controversial guest, I remember when we were all at PwC, Drew won tickets to a Clipper game in PwC's box. And
Oh yeah.
I got to go, and it was just in the whole suite. It was just Drew, myself, and then one of his bum friends from home who didn't work at PwC. It was some hippie guy, forget his name, but he reeked of drugs. And we're sitting in the suite, the three of us, but it was empty. There was no beer in the fridge. There was no food, none of that.
Cheapskates, man. That's the
Yeah.
accounting firms. Every dollar, but dude, everything in the suite is overpriced. I think each hot dog was like $20,
Oh fuck.
as opposed to like $12. I mean,
Yeah.
which is as opposed to $1.50 at Costco.
Wait, so
So
are you paying for it right there, or it's paid for ahead of time?
it's paid for ahead of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it was a heck of an experience. Watching it from there. It's like the suites are pretty high up. They're not like very
Right.
low. They're
Yeah.
like one below like the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So
It's like
kind of
top
like, yeah,
200 level.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
But
I
that game, did you watch that game?
I saw some of it. The AD got hurt, right? Anthony
Yeah, I
Davis
didn't,
got
dude.
stretchered out.
Believe it or not, I didn't even I didn't even notice. I saw like an emergency like truck or something or whatever, and I was like, "Who got injured?" Right? I saw a text. I think I was eating a hot dog at the
Yeah,
time.
you had a
I was like,
mouthful of chips or something. You were preoccupied.
dude, you know me, man. When it's free, it's like, oh.
Oh my god.
um,
I can't if I was in there, I would have been shoving shit in my sweatshirt. Like I would have been storing stuff for later at home.
wait, no. Anyways, yeah. So I didn't notice that I got a text that like AD's injured. I was like, oh shit, okay. And then like I think Donovan Mitchell was going off. I didn't really notice that. But
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, like in the fourth quarter, I think like LeBron James, like he had everyone watching. That I got
Yeah.
that I gotta give the old guy respect. He had a
Yeah.
hell of a game. Although I don't like him, but
Yeah.
um,
I saw you called him the GOAT on your Snapchat
I
story.
know I deleted that. I deleted that. I'm not embarrassed. It was in the moment, man. The
Yeah.
fans got me. It was in the moment. I'm
Yeah.
blaming the
Sometimes
fans.
those emotions get you where you hear the cheering, you're like, all right, I'll pump this dude up. And then you remember that he's La China or whatever they call
It,
him.
dude, yeah. You know what? Everyone that was standing up, man. Everyone was like, you don't see that at a Clippers game. I've been to a Clippers game and no one gives a fuck if they win or lose. It's just they're there. They won tickets or like
Yeah.
someone paid them to go because no one's paying for a Clippers game.
Yeah. Yeah. The energy at a Laker game seems so much better just from watching. You can kind of tell
Dude,
they're real
absolutely.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a hell of a game. Um,
But
but
I was gonna raise the point because AR-15 Reeves hit the basically the game winner, right? Or it was the dagger because they were only up one, and then
yeah.
he gives hope to the white male is all I'm saying. How
Uh,
wild is it? A dude who looks like that is side by side with LeBron.
Honestly, there's an argument where you're like, oh, they do better with him than Russell Westbrook on the floor. This guy had so many wide open threes. I was watching it. He had so many like because everyone's covering LeBron or whatever, and they don't like no one's gonna take the white guy seriously. I mean, that guy's like whiter than you and me. Like he
Yeah,
makes us look like we're LeBron.
yeah,
Um,
good point.
um, and this guy, like, no, none of the players are taking him seriously. Every time he's in the corner, he's wide open. But he missed like so many wide open threes before he finally hit the dagger. Like he hit like at least he missed at least three, and everyone was like, But LeBron, dude, from what I just noticed, there's like really no play calling. It's just give the ball to LeBron, and then he'll try to make a play, and then maybe give the ball to Russell Westbrook, and then he'll try to make a play. But like, by the way, people were not fans of Westbrook, and it's like clear he's lost his motivation. Like his not his motivation, but his like dog. because before you could always see him. He wants to get the shot. He wants to score. Like you could tell from that game, he's passing. He kept on passing out. He kept on driving in, but
Wow.
passing. And
Yeah.
he only because the Laker fans all were like ready to boo him, like because when he got the ball in the last like 2 minutes, they're like LeBron, and he hears it, he knows it,
Yeah.
and everyone's blaming him, and I hate that.
Yeah, and I hate to blame the king or the prince or whatever his name is, but that seems to be the effect with every star player. I remember Kevin Love was so dominant on the Timberwolves. He was just it was his team. They sucked, obviously. He was chunky as hell. Just, he
He
looked.
gave us 25 and 10.
Yeah, but he was confident as hell. And then once he was on those Cavs, I just felt like it's let me fall in line and just I'm not gonna be a leader or anything. I'm gonna same with Chris Bosh, you could argue too on the Heat, but it's just
Yeah,
you go from being a primary guy to all of a sudden you're just, you know,
like a 3 point spot up shooter.
yeah,
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 well, Westbrook. The thing with Westbrook is he's not even a spot. He's not a spot up shooter,
right,
and AD can't hit threes. So I feel like this is like a pretty bad pairing for LeBron because
yeah.
you can't have two guys who can't hit threes with him, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's shitty. What did you think? Because they didn't make any trades. They didn't do anything at the trade deadline. Was that Palinka being dumb or what?
maybe he's like, I know, I see the writing on the wall. LeBron's left teams before, and he's demanded trades, and they always sacrifice their future for him, and then they get screwed. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my draft capital. Or he doesn't have draft capital until like 2028 because he gave it all up for Anthony Davis. So, like, what is he going to trade, really? Like, no one wants Melo, to be honest. No
That's
one wants Westbrook. AD, I feel like they can't get rid of, even though I would if I were them because the guy gets injured like every other week. Um, who else do they have that's like Malik Monk? 6 months left on his contract. I don't know who else do they have that's good. Is that it? Austin Reeves.
yeah. I think that's all they got. No, it's a good point. It's the delusion of a lot of Laker fans too, where they go, all right, we're getting Dame Dalla, we'll add him to the roster. It's like, who are you gonna give?
Trading.
You guys have nobody.
Like you don't want Westbrook.
God,
You don't even have picks. You have one pick to get. They literally have one first round pick because they give everything to the Pelicans.
right. Yeah.
I like what you guys gonna take like who? No, Wade Ellington. It's just they
Yeah.
don't have a good team.
Yeah.
Uh, who's their backup center?
Uh,
Dwight Howard, right?
White. Yeah, he's I guess the backup, but I don't know.
I mean, he's. I guess you could trade him. Someone would want Dwight Howard, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. I don't really, the Lakers haven't been relevant in a decade.
Did they win the chip like a year ago?
I think that was the Mickey Mouse one, right?
The bubble season, yeah, the asterisk.
Yeah. Yeah, the asterisk. LeBron, yeah, they say Braun has 3.1 rings total. That was
So
a
we're
tenth
giving
of
that
all.
only 110.
Yeah, we're gonna giving him a tenth for that one. But if he had lost, it would have been a full finals
Full
loss.
finals loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's a full
that's
hit to the
understandable.
legacy if you
That's
lose.
understandable. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
makes sense to me.
that's the Skip Bayless logic. Brody, let's get back real quick to the actual game. Sorry, I just voice cracked. The game itself. Um, you were talking about boxes earlier. Like the thing I hate about the game being in LA, I'm happy for the Rams or whatever. Well, I'm not happy for them. I hate the Rams, but
Yeah,
like having it be a home game, you got so many celebrities just buying out these boxes. Floyd Mayweather was there, Logan Paul, LeBron, Steph, all these famous celebs who,
you
have
didn't even
never
mention
watched a
Kanye.
yeah, probably. He probably pulled up. But like,
He did. He did.
yeah, well, you got all these people there who have never watched a Rams game and they're like, "Oh, this is happening today. I can pay for a suite." I bet they were just eating hot dogs like you were. And That was the annoying thing to me. I do think though that they did nail the halftime show. They actually had some real artists. That was cool. It
Yeah.
wasn't Shakira just rubbing her snatch all over the stage.
Is there
So
anything wrong with that?
not for me, but when you watch stuff with parents, it can get weird.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I thought you guys had your own separate theaters, right? Separate screens.
At halftime, we would reconvene though, and chat about the
Oh,
first half, and yeah.
got it, got it. Well, let me ask you. I like the halftime show. I think they all played the hits, but since like Katy Perry did her Super Bowl halftime show like 3 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, when she jumped off of the thing, haven't they all let you down?
I don't even remember that. What did she commit suicide?
No, they jumped off the what you would call it, jumped from the top
Stage?
of the stadium, yeah, to the ground. Don't you remember that?
Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. You're right.
Ever
Yeah,
since then, hasn't that kind of ruined all the other Super Bowls?
it's not gonna be as good. I liked when Janet Jackson's tit came out. When was that? That was
You
like
were you were not you were not cognizant at that time. F off. No
yeah,
way.
that was you watch the clips years later.
You do.
Yeah. But Brody, how
So
about
if you had to rate it, you're saying B, C, or A, or D?
um well, Katy Perry has D's, I think, but
No, no, I'm talking about this show.
oh, the halftime
This
show.
halftime show.
I'll give it like a B just because I wanted like I think Kendrick Lamar is just done making music at this. I thought he would have a
Wait,
whole.
really?
I thought, well, I don't know. When it was announced he was doing the halftime show months ago, and so I
Yeah.
think most people assumed, oh, he's going to have a new album if he's performing at the halftime show, but not the case. He doesn't even have a new single or anything. He hasn't put out music since 2017.
Why
Um,
is that?
I don't know. People are saying, oh, he's retired because he's performing with all these older legends, but I don't know. He better not be retired. He's like 30 something.
I don't even know who Kendrick Lamar is, to be honest. So I can't even.
Yeah. Yeah, no one does. Uh,
I mean, you're talking to the wrong guy. All right. What was the next thing you wanted to say?
well, just the game itself,
Who
um,
watched the game?
yeah, I don't think many people actually watch the football game itself. Just a shitstorm of a last quarter where neither offense could really do anything. And then the refs weren't calling penalties basically the whole game. Ramsey got face mashed on that one TD, if you remember, in the third quarter.
Yeah, yeah.
Refs were just kind of letting it happen, which I'm a fan of that. Like, just don't call penalties. That's fine as long as it's not blatantly obvious. But then they fucked it up at the end of the game. They called holding on the Bengals linebacker uh, on that third down. Remember, with like
Like,
you
but
know,
dude, you know what? This game had the exact same thing we predicted, and every other schmuck with the sports podcast predicted happened. We said Aaron Donald's gonna go nuts. He's gonna like not gonna give this guy an attempt to throw, and that's what happened. Like the fourth in that fourth quarter, like Aaron Donald. I don't know why Aaron Donald didn't win the MVP because I mean they gave him like a whole minute and a half to get a field goal or even a touchdown, which is plenty of time. But they had like what, two timeouts? I mean that's plenty of time to make
yeah,
like a game-winning drive, and then Aaron Donald just didn't let it happen. Right? You got to
yeah.
give Aaron Donald that
Well,
credit.
yeah, he needs the
What?
credit on that last play. I thought the Bengals did a good job though, and I didn't watch every play super close, but like they had a game plan of basically doubling him in the first half.
Who,
Aaron
Donald?
Donald,
Right?
yeah, Donald didn't do much. It was Vaughn and other
Yeah, but he
defensive
was the one.
line.
He was creating havoc, right? Like he
Yeah,
was the one.
yeah,
Yeah, like you had to give him extra attention, and like maybe he didn't get all the sacks like per stats wise, but
yeah.
he's the like I don't know. And they got what, 8 sacks on him?
I think it was 8 sacks, which is
Yeah,
insane.
which is insane. Like I don't even know how the guy's standing. Like how could they not have an offense? Like how could they not invest in an offensive line?
People thought that he tore his ACL again, Burrow, because he was
Yeah,
down on the ground. He was moaning and screaming after one of the hits, and I think he's just such a dog that he was like, I'm not sitting out this game. It's a fucking Super Bowl.
I, w-
But
I wish we saw more from him for that game-winning drive, man. I really do. I was so disappointed, and honestly, the Rams' drive before that was disappointing. It
it
wasn't
was,
like
yeah, it really was. Yeah.
they took their sweet time. It was a slow drive. It was just boring, move the chains football, and then they ended up with they got a whatever bullshit touchdown. Congrats, and then
If I'm a Bengals fan, I'm so pissed. Like you make this incredible run in the playoffs that they will be good going forward, but they're not the favorites. They're definitely not the favorites for the next few years. The Bills, the Chiefs, there's better AFC teams.
Patriots are probably going to come up better, get better. Mac
Yeah.
Jones, like
Yeah, this was the chance, and that fourth quarter was just defense played well the fourth quarter, I guess, but offensively they just couldn't get anything done. They had so many chances to just, I guess, put it away with at least one more touchdown, and they fucking couldn't. And
doesn't
yeah,
that piss you off, dude?
well, I was pissed and I know you're not a Rams fan either. I just like you want to feel good for some of these guys, for Stafford or McVay
Fuck
getting a
them,
ring.
fuck them. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, I
I
don't
hate
like
McVay.
either. But you feel bad for the people of Cincy who have watched just shitty team after shitty team. Who was their coach? Marvin Lewis, was that his name?
Uh,
Who was their
Marvin
old
Jones,
coach?
yeah,
Marvin,
yeah,
not Marvin
yeah, the
Harrison.
African American coach, right?
Yes, Marvin Gaye. No, I don't know what his
Let's
last name.
see what his name. Oh, you're right, Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, just all those years of being not even mediocre, just straight shit. And you make this run. It's such a flip. You get Burrow. That year you had 2 wins the whole season. Last year I think they went 4-12. And
Wow.
so you
You know
just
what Marvin Lewis's playoff record was? He was a coach from 2003 to 2018.
0-0.
0-7.
Okay, so they
So he's
made.
made the playoffs a few times,
I guess they had
and he
Palmer. Yeah, like they had some years.
didn't they have Dalton, Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy Dalton. Yeah, sorry, he was
But
good too. I think
I
they
mean,
had
he's
Palmer before that, but whatever.
wow. That's an awful. I mean, I guess it's impressive that he made the playoffs. I guess that's how he kept his job for so long, right? Like,
Yeah,
hey, we're still making the playoffs, man.
yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, but you feel bad for Joey B. The funniest was so the Bengals offensive line is so bad. It's just very obvious that they get exposed. They gave up the 8
Yeah.
sacks to the Titans. They gave up the 8 to the Rams. Like obviously they suck. And there's one offensive lineman on the Bengals. Number 67. I forget his goddamn name. Quentin something or
Some fat
Chung.
white guy.
He's a fat black dude, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah,
As an O line?
yeah, number 67. I think his name's like Quentin Chunky or Fat Boy or something. But he's always yapping on Twitter. And after they lost, he tweeted. He goes, "I know y'all talking shit, but nobody got a sack on me." He's like talking about his own individual performance. It's like not
I,
now is not the time, dude. You guys just lost the Super Bowl and you're trying to, blame it on other
dude, I hate
like
that
you
guy.
guys all suck. Yeah, you guys are all terrible. If
He
I'm Joe
sounds awful.
Burrow, yeah, if I'm Joe Burrow, you put him in an oven. I don't know what his strategy would be, but you gotta.
Joe Burrow's putting some guys in ovens?
Well, I'm saying that you should do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But so yeah, definitely. That's a good idea.
yeah. But let's talk parade real quick. It's always the most annoying when the team you didn't want to win wins, and then you got to see all the parade clips on Instagram and stuff. You
Yeah.
know that feeling. And
Um, I was at so what actually parade was at USC.
Yeah.
right outside of USC. So they canceled classes. So
Hmm.
that's one win for us.
Fuck yeah. Did you go to the parade or no?
No, that's suicidal. No,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
they blocked out parking.
Mm,
And there wasn't even that many people there, to be honest. Like I thought
right.
it
Yeah.
was like just like a bunch of schmucks
I
because there's
saw
no
one
real
clip.
Rams fans.
I saw one clip. So Cooper Kupp was wearing a Kobe jersey during the parade,
Yeah,
and he gave a speech where he goes, "This one was for Kobe. We had that Mamba mentality when we were playing," and he was talking to like 20 fans. There was just no one there listening, and half the fans are like, "Who's Kobe?" They just don't even
who's
know.
Cooper Cup?
Yeah, they don't
Who's
know
this
who
white
anyone.
guy with a Kobe jersey? Like, what am I listening to?
Yeah. But anyways, that
I heard your boy Matt Stafford was the star of that parade, right?
oh yeah, our boy. So for the folks listening, you've seen it by now. Garrett shared it with us. It was a clip of some photographer, some lady who's in her 20s or something, who was up on the stage trying to get a photo of Matt Stafford and his hot wife. And the photographer kind of sort of backed up towards the ledge of the stage, and she just fell 15 feet, fractured her spine. And as she was falling, Matt Stafford, in a drunken state, to his credit, I guess, he sees it happen and he just goes, "Oh," and then he turns around and is like, "I don't give a fuck." Did you see the clip, Alec, or have you not seen that?
I have not. I heard
Okay.
about it, and then I didn't care to see it because I didn't want to see a young lady fall
Yeah.
down.
It doesn't
Uh,
show her hitting the ground. It just
oh,
shows
thank
when
God.
she originally falls, and then Matt Stafford just kind of like sees her falling and then turns the other way. And to his wife's credit, she checked and was like, "Holy fuck, are you all right?" She showed some concern, but he just was sitting there like, "I don't care. This
One
woman."
more drink, please.
Yeah, he's like, "This girl could die, and I won't blink an eye."
Oh my God, what a fucking savage.
Yeah, which and we talked about this off the air, but I know nothing about Matt Stafford. I think I heard him talk for the first time this year when he finally got
Doesn't he have like
interviewed.
five daughters?
Maybe,
He
yeah,
has like five daughters. I think he has like a ton of daughters.
yeah. So he doesn't have the sperm for a
Sympathy
son,
for
or yeah, sympathy. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But there's no way you're a good dude if you just your first instinct is just to immediately turn away once something like
Oh
that
man.
happens.
Oh. But he looked like a good dude, right? He has five
He
girls.
looks like a good dude. There's all these interviews. His wife had a brain tumor, and so there's all these interviews of him
Dude,
going.
all I'm hearing is you talking about this wife. You're in love with his wife,
So
huh?
well, one, you're right, and two, she's been all over the media. You know how there's some of those annoying wives like Aisha Curry who just she'll tweet about everything, and she tries to get in fights with people on Twitter and stuff. Or Chrissy Teigen's another example.
Oh
Very
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just obnoxious online.
Hmm.
So Kelly Stafford, I don't think she's as bad, but she during the week of the Super Bowl, she was getting on people's podcasts and being like, "Yeah, we'll see how the game goes and everything." It's like kind of just using her husband's situation to
Yeah.
get her face out there, which is fine. Like as long as you're not being annoying, then that's all right. And she seems fine compared to Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend, who everyone hates.
Well, did they hate her because of the brother more than anything?
I think so.
Jeff.
I think that's a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I forget what I was saying. Oh, but I do. I am obsessed with Kelly. Uh, and
Hmm. Obsessed is mild. Is one mild way to put it.
yeah, oh my God, I've double tapped every photo she's posted, going back to her middle school years. It's been a good time.
You're you're the type of guy that like knows more about Kelly Stafford than Matt Stafford, huh?
For sure. Well, that's okay. That's I forgot we went off the anal here. Me talking about a player's wife, but I was saying that I heard Matt talk for the first time this week, probably. I'd never heard his voice, no idea what this dude sounded like until he had an interview with her. They were both sitting down.
That's how it
Yeah,
happened.
an ESPN interview of the two sitting together. Like, why would they include the wife in the sports interview?
Why
But
are they including the husband for your purposes, right? I
that's
mean,
true.
like Kelly.
I cropped him out of the frame just so I could come. But so she all right, dude.
You just Google Kelly Stafford interviews. She's so down to earth, bro. She's on all these podcasts.
I know. Yeah.
You fantasizing that she comes on this podcast one of these days. You
she
talk
doesn't
her out
answer
of that.
DMs. I've tried, but you're right.
Was it your master plan to start this podcast? Get a few episodes going, look somewhat legitimate, and go up there and say, "Hey, you want to join our pod?"
Yeah. Yeah. Or just use the whole Matt Stafford. People are trying to cancel him because of the, not showing any concern for this gal. I could message her and be like, "Hey, I'm passionate. I show a little bit of heart here and there. I'd make a good stepfather."
Yeah, I know your husband's making $30 million a year, but I could replace that with
yeah, I've got a convenience store now, apparently.
You could have the world's amount of bubbly and Diet Coke, baby. Extra large containers.
Yeah, we got 16 ounce in this motherfucker. All right, dude. So I always write little bullshit notes before each pod, and this is what I wrote for this episode. Rams win Super Bowl. Stafford equals asshole. Alec Lakers game. Austin Reeves white power. And then I wrote down the NFL NFT thing after you mentioned it. I feel like
I have one more.
Yeah,
one more
you go.
thing to talk
You go.
about. Yeah. How's the Cameo business going for Cousin Eddie? For our repeat listeners, who want to know about that.
That's a good cue. I actually did one so I do very few of them, folks. So we need to ramp these up. I'm available for the business side, but I did do a personal one.
Another personal one?
I did a personal for Valentine's Day. This girl messaged me through Cameo. She goes, "My boyfriend is a fan of yours."
Was she hot?
I don't know. The icon is so small. I couldn't get a full. Like her photo was on there, but it's just tiny, so I can't tell. But she just said my boyfriend likes he likes anime and like League of Legends shit. And so I basically like got on there and was like, old virgin head ass. I was roasting the shit out of him for liking gaming. And then I've done these things for couples a few times, and my ending line is always like, "All right, threesome soon." Like that's just always kind of how I wrap it up. It's like, we'll all get together.
And then you lose one extra follower every time.
Well, that's the thing too, dude, is there's no feedback on these things at all. I think you can leave reviews if you want to, but I've never been reviewed. And so I don't know if they watch these and they're like, "Oh, that sucked," or if they actually enjoy it. But
I mean, what's there to enjoy being insulted by some guy you paid?
Yeah. Well, they tell me to. It's funny. I think I've talked about this before with you. They tell you roast him, but they tell you very little about them. They're like, "Yeah, roast the shit out of him." It's like, I don't know what this dude looks like. I don't know what this dude does for a living. Like, how am I supposed to roast him?
You know what you should have done? Asked her for a number. Be like, "Hey, I need a Zoom sesh to go over it." And then while you guys are working, you work her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she forgets about the anniversary gift because now she's celebrating her anniversary with you. So now she's got to get you a gift. Boom, baby.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. See what I'm talking about?
Well, next time. Or I'll just message her a follow-up and be like, "How was that gift with the winky face thing?" That'll work.
Dude, that's bound to fucking work. Just after you made the guy look like a total jerk, yeah,
Yes.
she's probably gonna be like, yeah, this guy has it all figured out, and he's famous too. He's an influencer.
Yeah. Well, if we learn anything from Stafford, just be mean. It'll work. Um,
Chicks, your girl Kelly loves it.
yeah, yeah, my girl. Sorry, I was
Well,
thinking.
that's a good way to wrap it up, huh?
Yeah, dude, I think we're good to call. I got nothing else. We'll have a guest on soon. You got anything going on besides working, studying, anything
Yeah,
you want
well,
to promote?
you know what? I'm trying to promote Kelsey Group, KelseyGroup.com,
Yes.
for any of our loyal listeners that want to do their taxes. Mention this podcast, that you'll get 20% off whatever price I
Oh,
decide.
fuck.
So,
Yeah.
but make sure you tell me about the discount before I tell you the price. No, it's not because I'm going to upcharge you 20%. You're getting 20% off, folks. Price is cheaper than TurboTax Live. But yeah, make sure you tell me the discount. You can use the discount before.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll set you up.
Hell yeah. Yeah, go to Alec and get hooked up. We appreciate everyone listening. We're gonna keep climbing. We're 26 in. We're going to 260 at least. We'll see what we can keep doing. If you have feedback, we're happy to listen to anyone besides Garrett. So we'll keep on clapping away. And Alec is gonna have a coughing attack here. So yep, that's it for this app. And yeah.